Hi, this is Hillbilly Tanya again, and I'm so sorry it's been a while since I created a video. I've been a little bit busy with my husband. He's been in the hospital multiple times in the past year. He's not doing well, but we take it one day at a time, and I actually was going to film this video yesterday, but we had to run to the emergency room. So many of you have sent in that you're praying for us, and we appreciate that, and we're doing okay for the moment. Anyway, moving on. Those of you that don't know me, I am a English paper piecing designer, and I have created over 300 divided hexagons. This is a sample of a few of them. They are called Artistic, Exotic, Hectic, Hillbilly Hexagons. It's a silly name, and you can read about it on my website. Everybody in the quilt world call them Oz. And people are always asking for suggestions on how to use the Oz in quilts and designs and settings. And so hopefully my husband will stabilize and we can keep doing these videos and I can show you different setting ideas. In the past, I have taken the idea of the Oz and placing them together. This is awe number 13 called Stepping Stones. And here I've placed 3 of the same one together. And so once you place them together, they look like this. And if you color them a little bit differently, it looks like this. This is currently for sale on my website called Tile Garden. And Tile Garden is very popular. And I just got the design by placing 3 of number 13 together. Here are a couple more popular ones. This is number 1, I Wish I May. And when I use several of those all together, it creates 7 wishes. 7 wishes is a popular swap block. People like to take it, swap it with your groups, and I've got one on display in my shop, my storefront, that was a swap, and then I think I have a photo of it on my website. So this is 7 wishes. Another popular one is Starry Beginnings. I took 6 of the most popular Oz and stuck them around and put a star in the middle, and this is a great place to start because they're easy designs and you can try a setting. So I've done that, and I will do more of that type in the future, but today I wanted to go about it totally different. I wanted to do just hexagons by themselves, and so I have here hexagons and triangles. This is a very popular setting where you take the hexagons and you put a triangle between each of them. And you can do this with the divided hexagons. There's been several people have made quilts using the Oz or other people's divided hexagons. There's other designers that have them out as well. And they've taken and they've put triangles in between them. But one day I was looking at that and I thought, I need to do something a little better. So, a little different. I like to be different. So I looked at the hexagon, and I placed a triangle, and I placed another triangle, and I left it that way as a diamond. And I realized with the diamond you have so many quilt opportunities, so many diamond quilts out there that you can look at for inspiration. So I played around with it and drew up a couple of designs, this being one of them. It's just this is supposed to represent the hexagon with the triangle to make a diamond, and then a regular plain diamond in between. So hexagons, triangles, diamonds, and it makes a really neat format. And I'm going to make some of you very happy right now because I'm going to bring out, if you remember, my Atlantis Hexagons. Remember those? We're going to lay them out here. What if I took those, and you'll have to pardon my ratty diamonds, I reuse my shapes, and they have been used, and you can see what I've used them on in a moment. But what if I took and I did this in between? Oops, pop that one down. He's upside down. Isn't that a funny one? That's the design, that angry bird design. Oops, he's not going to behave, but that's okay. You get the idea. What it looks like if we place diamonds in between the hexagons. It makes for a very fun quilt. There's your all's favorite one right here, coming up right there. That is the one that went to video that you guys just love that video and want to see more and more and more. That one was sampled in that video. So there, you get the idea of what it looks like when we take the Oz, put triangles on them, turn them into diamonds, and create a neat design. So I was playing with that with my Atlantis Hexagons. I know I've had these for a couple years and haven't finished the quilt yet, but I have designed one, and I want to show you what I've designed. I took that idea, but I didn't want the awe designs shown throughout the quilt. I wanted them to stand out. I wanted, when you look at the quilt, I want them to just really pop and make you say, wow. So here's what I designed with my Atlantis Hexagons. I actually have a quilt designed for a bed, a big full-size quilt, and I've taken the Oz and I've run them down, actually 2 stripes, but I didn't want to show that on video, 2 stripes down, and the rest of it I've put different fabric. And if you are ready, I will show you that right now. The big Atlantis reveal. It's a bit wrinkled because it's always on the go with me. I'm always trying to work on it. Usually I keep it up at my shop now. But as you can see, I have 2 rows of the Oz, and this will go all the way down so that when it's on a bed, this portion will be right on the left-hand side of the pillow. And then this extends, you can't see the whole thing, I know, but it extends all the way to the right side. So it's just 1 stripe of these going down the left side on the top of the bed. And then when I get it done, I have some neat borders planned. But it all came from using these hexagons shaped into diamonds, and it made the coolest argyle pattern. I just love my Atlantis quilt, and I know I haven't gotten very far on it, but it's because you guys are always asking for new patterns. Well, and because I'm kind of a busy mom. So let's move away Atlantis and let's talk about the project we are going to do today. I took that idea and I took awe number 7 called Diamond Window, and using Diamond Window I stuck 2 triangles at each end, one at the top, one at the bottom, turned it into diamonds, stuck them together, and created a neat little design. This design is actually beautiful, and I call it stargazing. It will be available in my shop. I'll put a link to it in the video so that you can buy the stargazing. The stargazing will include all 6 points. And let me show you what stargazing looks like finished. This is my stargazing quilt. Let me make sure the camera shows it all very well. Cameraman, do we have it showing both sides? Okay. Cameraman says we can see all sides. I gotta be careful. I'm actually in the middle of hand quilting it, and I have a needle right there. This is my first attempt at hand quilting, so don't laugh at my quilting. And actually my quilting tool did not come out very good, so I need to wash it out. Did the best I could for the video, but ignore that, it will wash out. Alright, so this is stargazing. This is using number 7 hexagons right here, the diamond window, with the star, with the diamond on each end, I mean the triangle on each end, making it a diamond. I also did some embroidery around it, and then I did this around the outside, this reverse applique. And something exciting for you that I'm going to do, I am going to, in the next videos, take you step by step through the entire process. From start to end, we are going to discuss how to make this quilt. So in the next videos, if you'll keep watching, we will talk about gluing, sewing, just every step of the process. I'm even going to go over the embroidery. So with that in mind, I'm going to keep this out here for you all to see, but I'm going to show you my fabric selection for my next one, because I tend to use a lot of blues just because of the designers I like use a lot of blues, but I'm trying to break out of that box for the next one. But I do want to show you anywhere that the patterns are the same shape and touch each other, that right here, see they're the same shape, they're going to create a neat mirror. Now in this middle, I did not do a mirror effect. I just more did, I fussy cut them, but I didn't do a mirror effect. These, had I done something symmetrical, it would have created a mirror, and we will talk about that in the fabric video when I'm showing you how to begin. So that'll be in, that'll be 2 videos away. Next video I'm going to talk about fabric used in English paper piecing, then we're going to start on this. So in that video I will talk about placement of fabric and how to get neat mirrored images. On these right here, I tried to mirror image them, and the fabric that I had, I just did not have enough of it. So we will talk about that. But I do want to say that if you're going to go ahead and select fabric to make this pattern, that I don't always give you yardage, because you need to look at repeat. For instance, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 repeats, of course, of this one. We're going to need either 6 or 12 repeats of this. You're going to need 12 repeats of this. So when you're selecting your fabric, you need to look at repeats, not fabric size. It depends on how large the pattern is, how many repeats you have. So that is important to look at. All right, let me show you my fabric I'm going to use. I'm going to go completely out of the box on this one, and going to go completely different than this one, and I'm going to use some fall fabric. One of my favorite designers is Jason Yenter, and he has this abundance fabric out. And here, let me show you the background piece first, because that's where I kind of started with on this one. It's got a beautiful background piece. This is what I'll use for up here. See the beautiful pumpkins and the leaves, and my husband, when he looked at that, said, "But it's not fall. Why are you making a quilt now for fall?" Guess he doesn't know about us and hand quilters. It takes us a long time, doesn't it? Hopefully I'll get it done quick for you though for the videos. But anyway, this is a beautiful piece. So I built the rest of my block around this piece because I wanted something bold for this outer area. So that's my outer area. And you need a yard and a half for your outer area. Okay, so then I went with my main fabric. Once I've picked my outer, I want to know what I'm going to have for my main draw points. You're going to want something good for here, here, and here. And in this one I used 2 different fabrics, but from the same line. For this quilt I'm doing next, I'm going to use the same fabric and pick out different areas. Some of them I will use for the center, and some of them and the edge, and a different spot for here. So I'm going to use this fabric for here, here, and here. So I just want to make sure that when I start cutting that I have enough repeats for each of my sections. And I'm actually going to take these and make them symmetrical, so we'll talk about that when we get to that. But this is the fabric I'm using for these areas. I can't tell you a yardage because it just depends on your repeat. And then I thought, okay, well, so I have this is my main fabric, and this is my outer fabric. I need something to really break that up. On this quilt I used white. This one I'm going to go bold and orange. I think that fabric actually breaks it up well. It needs broken up because it's 2 big bold prints. So this orange fabric, you need a yard of your background fabric. This is what I'm using, is this orange for my background. Alright, then all you have left after you've picked out your outer fabric, your center, this area and this area, your 3 main areas, and then this area, those are your biggest areas. Then you're just blending other ones in. I'm not sure exactly what I will use where until I get in and start designing, but I did go ahead and pick out a couple of them. I'm going to use these greens and this red, burgundy. So those are my other fabrics I've chosen for these other areas. So what I use where, I'm just not sure yet till we get into it and see what I'm doing. So anyway, 2 videos from now, I will take you through the first step of fussy cutting, fussy gluing, picking your fabric where it goes, making it work out so it's symmetrical, and take you through the entire process of fussy gluing and basting your pieces to get it ready for your project. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again soon.